So we all hear about the concept that mermaids, are they exist or not? That's the question that Be'ezrat Hashem will try to answer today, that this question interested many people. Many people interesting, many people ask about it, many people want to know if there is such thing, a mermaid. Today Be'ezrat Hashem will try to understand. So I'm going to read in Hebrew, then our friend Liron going to read in English. I'm referring now to Sefer Vayikra, going to read Sefer Vayikra, Parashat Shmini, chapter 11, verse 10. And from there we're going to try to develop. Okay, the Torah tells us in Sefer Vayikra, Parashat Shmini, Perek Yud Aleph, Pasuk Yud, the Torah tells us, that's me in Parashat Shmini, chapter 11, verse 10, the Torah tells us, וכל אשר אין לו סנפיר וקשקשת, בימים ובנחלים, מכל שרץ המים, ומכל נפש החיה אשר במים, שקץ הם לכם.
And everything that does not have fins and scales in the seas and in the streams, from all that teems in the water, from all that teems in the water, and from all living creatures in the water, they are an abomination to you.
Okay. So the key word, nefesh haya. What it means, nefesh haya? Living creature. Okay? Living fish. Let's see what are we talking about. But nefesh haya, it's a soul of an animal. Nefesh haya. A living soul. Let's see what it's referring. So there is a commentary that's called Torat Kohanim. Torat Kohanim, it's a midrash halacha on Sefer Vayikra. In Aramaic they call it Sifri. Okay? And there they say on those words that we mentioned, Nefesh Haya, living soul. Okay? בא לרבות את הסילונית. It's come to add up the silonit, the word silonit. So remember, the key word was nefesh haya. Okay? Torat Kohanim, that it's a midrash halacha on Sefer Vayikra, tell us, בא לרבות את הסילונית. If you want to check it, it's on Parasha Gimel, verse. Parasha Gimel, that means Parasha 3, verse 7, if you want to go and check it out. What does it mean? We don't know. So we need one of the Ahronim, one of the Rishonim. We're going to use today the Nachmanite, Rabbi Moshe ben Nachman. Rabbi Moshe ben Nachman, born in the city of Catalonia in Spain 823 years ago. And in his commentary on the Torah, on Parashat Shmini, he explained, listen what he said. And he said like this, and he bring the Midrash, okay, to explain what does it mean, Nefesh Haya. He take the word Haya and he go. And he explained, Shezo Hayat Yam, okay, Nefesh ben Asironit. That's an animal, okay, that live in the sea, Nefesh Hayat Yam, that's it's an animal of the sea, like the Torah tells us, but it said that it have a soul of the Sironi. Still, we don't understand. The Ravad, everyone heard about the Ravad? Ravad, the Rabbi Avraham ben David. He was a Rishon. He was also a Rishon. That means he lived in the 12th century. And he said like this. And here we're starting to understand. And he add up like this. And he said, Hasironit, or Asilonit. The Sironit or the Silonit. He Haya. It's an animal. Shehetzia Adam. That's an animal that the half of it is a human being. Vehetzia Dag. And the other half is fish. Umenagenet Ka'adam. Menagenet, that means that she's singing like a human being. That's all. That's all what we have a commentary on the Torah. Now, we have to understand, what is it? To understand that, you have to go to the Gemara. Gemara, Masechet Berachot. Page, Daf Het Amud Aleph, page 8, folio 1. Let's see what it said. Hadolfinim. The Gemara call them the dolphin. Okay? Parim uravim ki bnei Adam. That means that they multiply like a human being. My dolphin, the Gemara asks, what is a dolphin? What is a dolphin? What are you talking about? What kind of? Amar Rav say, Amar Rav Yehuda say, Bnei Yama. He call them children of the sea. That's Rav Yehuda, children of the sea. We don't understand nothing, nachon? We need Rashi. Rashi explain. Rashi on that verse, I'm going to bring Rashi and the Tosfot. We'll see what they say. Rashi say like this. Just everyone remember Rashi? Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki. Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki lived 977 years ago, almost 1,000 years ago, in the city of Troa. Troa is in north of France. Okay? And Rashi say like this. Dagim yesh bayam. There is fish in the sea. Shehetziam tzurat adam. Half of their body is like a human being. Vehetziam tzurat dag. And the other part is a fish. That's mean, let's stop here and we'll understand. That's mean, from Rashi, the Ravad, okay, the Rambam, and the Torah mention it, but in hidden, that there is a fish that called a mermaid. And that mermaid, okay, they given a different name. In the Gemara, they call it Bnei Yama, the children of the sea. The Rishonim call it the Sironit, the Sirona, the Silonit. You follow what I'm saying? But everyone agree that there is an animal in a sea that's called Bnei Yama. That's according to the Gemara. That's the word of the Gemara. That's the mermaid. Now, we have to ask ourselves, before we explain what kind of animal is it, how those animals been created? Did you ask yourself? Rabotai, it's not normal to have a half a human being, a half a fish. Think about it. Did you see any other animal that looked the same?
Half a horse and half a man.
You saw that? I didn't see it. You have a very good vision, but maybe you're living. Did you watch a lot of Harry Potter?
My vision's not so good.
But your imagination.
You asked me a question.
Okay, so let's see what Rashi say. What kind of a fish is it? Rashi HaKadosh continue and he say like this. Hadolfinim. Rashi call him the dolphin. Parim uravim, that they multiply. מבני אדם שאם בא עליהם מתעברת עמנו. What does it mean? Rashi say that they multiply like a human being. And if a male, a human being male, have a physical relationship with a female dolphin, what's come from it? The mermaid. I repeat, because you all look shocked. I repeat. And I read it in Hebrew, and then I read it and I translate it. Rashi say, Hadolfinim, parim uravim mibnei adam. That means that you want to know how there is a mermaid, Rashi say. Remember, Masechet Bechorot, Daf Het Amud Aleph. You want to go, read it, no problem. Go look at Rashi there. That means that he said that the dolphin, okay, if a man have a human being, a male human being, have a physical relationship with a female dolphin, okay, that's how they've been created, a mermaid. And they call Bnei Yama. They named the Bnei Yama, the children of the sea. The Tosfot. You know, you all the time hear Tosfot, Tosfot. Who was the Tosfot? Nachon? So the Tosfot, it's a commentary on our Holy Torah. It's mainly on the Torah shebe'al peh, okay? That means the oral Torah. And the Tosfot wrote a commentary on on that verse also. The Tosfot is 44 rabbis from Ashkenaz and from north of France and from France, Ashkenazi rabbi, that wrote together a commentary on an oral Torah. You follow? So the Tosfot say like this, and he explained, Hadolfinim, the dolphin, parim uravim mibnei adam, that means that they go multiplied from a human being. Veyoldim umegadlim mibnei adam. That means that they brought their kids like a human being. How can it be like a human being? It means that they breastfeed. Do you understand that the Tosfot? In a different source, the Tosfot said, and they explain here, and watch that, and that will help you to understand what I'm saying. Kol haya, every animal, she'adam yavo elea, ahaya tamut. Every animal that the male will have a physical relationship with it, that animal will die.
A human male.
Huh?
A human male.
A human being that
Yes.
have a physical relationship with any animal, that animal will die. So from this Gemara we see a hidush, that the man that have a physical relationship with the animal will die. But wait, you told me 2 minutes ago that a male have a physical relationship with a dolphin, come the mermaid. So that's what they explain. He explained like this, that only dolphin, Rabotai, a female dolphin can fall pregnant from a male, a human being. But if it's the opposite, that means a male dolphin with a female human being, nothing gonna happen. They can't have. We understand? Now I'm gonna stop, give you time to ask all the questions.
Are there any female mermaids? The male mermaids as well?
It says Sironi, Batayam.
How do they multiply?
Okay, how they multiply? I'll get to it now. Yeah,
How many actual cases are there of this ever happening?
we'll get to it now. I'll get to it now.
The dolphins and the porpoises.
I'll get to it now also.
Dolphins and porpoises are only warm-blooded creatures in the sea.
The only warm-blooded. That's
red
right.
blood.
That's it.
So they're closer to a human
They're
being.
closer to a human being. Exactly. So now, let me answer. Any other question before? Simon, you look worried.
Because of the multiply, why they so scared? We don't even know.
Huh?
We don't even know them.
You want to know why aren't there
Why
any?
they so scared?
Why are there not any?
Ah, you mean why we don't see them?
Yes.
You do see them. You do see them in the oceans.
No, it says a mermaid.
You want to
You want
see?
to-
You
yeah.
want to see the mermaid? After I finish the show, you tell me if you want to see her. When I finish the show, you tell me if you want to see her. I'll answer you now.
They're the warm-blooded.
So let me answer first you. You ask
A male and female.
a male and female. If there is such thing that a male and a female. So if you wait to the end of the show, I'll answer that also, okay? So now, I will, with your permission, is any more question before I continue regarding the mermaid? No. I'm going to go and I'm going to bring 3 different opinions. What kind of animal is the mermaid? Because as we mentioned, if you look at the cartoon, you look at the movie, very sweet animal. Let's see if she's so sweet. I'm going to start with the Gaon Hida. The Gaon Hida, Rabbi Haim Yosef David Azulai. He born in Jerusalem 293 years ago. And he wrote few books. In his book, Midbar Kedemot, if you go to Midbar Kedemot, Ma'arechet Daled, Ot Yud Gimel, that means Ma'aracha, let's call it chapter 4, okay? Ot, it's verse 13. There he spoke about the mermaid. And it says like this. Dag yesh bayam. There is a dag in a sea. שקוראים סירינה. מחציו ומעלה. That means if you take that fish from the half part of his body to the top, okay? Kidmut isha betula. He looked like a woman, a virgin woman. Umihitzio mata, for the other half to the bottom, ketavnit dag. She looked like a fish.
That's a shark.
Now listen, you ask where she lived. Listen what he said. Umishkana baslaim. Where she lived? In the rocks. In the sea and the rocks. Ubimekomot mesukanim. In a very dangerous place in the sea. Okay? Now, Simon, you ask why we don't see him. Tell me after you hear now if you want to meet with that animal. He continue and say, Umide avor, that when sometime happen, Umide avor sfina, when she see a ship or a boat sailing on the sea, تتحيل لشورر بكل نعيم, that she starts singing with a beautiful voice. הרבה, that means she's going to sing for a long time. עד כי תפיל חבלי שינה על כל אנשי האונייה, ואחר כך נכנסת לתוכה והורגת ואוכלת יושביה. What does it mean? He say that if there is a sea, if there is a boat sailing on a sea or a ship, that mermaid will see that. She will start singing with such a beautiful voice, and she will sing for a long time until the crew of that boat will fall asleep from that beautiful voice. Then she climb into it, into the boat, kill them and eat them. Kill them and eat them. Listen what he say, I repeat. ואחר כך נכנסת לתוכה. She entering inside the boat. והורגת. She killed first. And then she eat them. That means that the mermaids, the Gaon Hisa say, it's a predator's animal. It's not a joke. So you don't want to meet with her. You follow, Simon? Now I'm going to bring another opinion. Sorry, Yamesh.
In mythology, that's called a siren.
A siren. We'll get to all of those. Wait, you'll get to all of those names. Because they ask. I'll get to all of those names, I promise you. Rabbi Binyamin Musfia. He born in Spain. He was a Haron. He born 411 years ago. He was, in profession, he was a rabbi, but he was also a doctor. And he was the personal doctor, listen to that, of the king of Denmark, the Christian IV. He was his personal doctor. And he wrote a book, Musaf Eirech. And in his book, he speaks about
Mermaids.
mermaids. What is it called? Sirani. Manda? Now you see, you wait. If you wait, you'll hear. And in his book, he speaks about a mermaid, and he called it Sirani. And he asked in his book, "My Sirani, what is a Sirani?" Vekatav shehi, and he wrote, "Shehi min hayat yam." It's an animal of the sea. Mihetziya u'ma'la isha. The first half from the top, she's a woman. That will answer you, Louis. You're listening to me. You ask if it's a male or a woman. All the time to speak about female, sorry. Mihetziya u'ma'la isha. U'mihetziya u'mata, the other half to the bottom, dag, it's a fish. Ve'omer, and he say, שבזמננו, in his time, ראו השר וספנים. He said that the minister and the crew member of that ship saw her. Okay? Where does it happen? Where did they saw her? And that will help you to understand. Beyam, in a sea. Malchut Norvegia, in Norway. In Norway, I don't know if you know, there is a statue of the mermaid. נכון? Okay. Where did they see her? כחום היום יושבת על סרטון. They saw her in the heat of the day, it was warm that day, and she was sitting on the rocks in Norway.
Who saw a rabbi here?
Sarim vesapanim, Sar vesapan. The Sar that he referring, that's the king. Okay? The king of Norway. He's speaking about. And he saw her sitting on the rocks. ובשומעה קול, and when she heard the noise, צללה מיד בתוך הים. She jumped into the sea and disappeared. So we have already from here 2 evidence that they saw her. Now let's go to the 3rd evidence. There is a book called Chel Olam, The Shadow of the World. In chapter 2, Helek Bet, Sha'ar Yud, they call it a gate 10, but let's call it verse 10. It says like this, ויש דגים אשר ראשם, there is fish that they had, גופם, פניהם, ושדיהם כדמות בתולה. Again, a woman, a female. There is a fish that they had, their body, their face, and their breast look exactly like a virgin. They say a virgin. ומשוררים בנעימות ונקרא שירנה. Let's stop here before I'm going to give all the other question. Before we continue, I'll give time for question. Yes?
But how do she fall in pregnant?
Huh?
How do she fall in pregnant?
Who fall pregnant?
Mermaid.
The mermaid. The mermaid, they're not a normal fish. They're from the family of the dolphin. Now there's few mermaids, and between themselves they multiply. Because they're part of the dolphin family. You follow?
Dolphins have male and female, isn't it?
Definitely.
That means there must be male and female mermaids.
Absolutely. Obviously. Any other question?
So she don't kill the dolphin, she kill only the man.
I don't know if she doesn't. She have to eat because it's a predator. It's like similar to a shark. You understand? She doesn't play game. She eat human being. Okay.
Not dolphins. It doesn't eat dolphins.
Huh? No, that's from the same family. I don't know if she eat them or not. That I never searched. I'm sorry. I can't say. But she definitely, if she eat a human being, she's definitely like a shark. She's a predator. She doesn't play game. She's not there to play game with you. Ze'ev? Ask.
No, I ask,
Please.
if this is so, why have the scientists of today not done any experimentation with human sperm and a dolphin or a whatever egg or whatever you want?
Because, I'll tell you why.
Because it won't work.
Sorry?
It won't work.
It won't work.
Genetically won't work.
So, if the Torah tells us, it's definitely work. We can't dispute. If the Torah tells us it work, that's that the scientists, many people told you before that the world was square. Remember before? Then until Columbus came and he found out that the world is round. But 1700 years before Columbus, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said that the world is round. Before Columbus came. That Columbus came 1700 years later and he found out that the world is round doesn't mean that it not exist. Because in the Zohar HaKadosh, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said that the world is round. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said that in certain place it's night, in certain place it's day. Do you understand what I'm saying? When it's winter for certain people, like for us now in the southern hemisphere it's winter, in the northern hemisphere it's summer. They knew it all. That's that today the scientists didn't done. I don't know if they done or not, I'm not sure. Doesn't mean that it not exist. But the scientists today only found out what the Torah tells us thousands of years ago. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the world that we're living is almost 6,000 years. The scientists slowly just find out what the Torah tells us. You understand what I'm saying? One day the please God going to find out, and you say, you know what, I heard that shi'ur and I didn't believe, and here it happened. If the Torah tell you, it's happened. Okay, if Rashi wrote it on the Torah, not only that he told you that they exist, he told us that they exist, he told you even how they've been created. When a male have a physical relationship with a dolphin female, not only that, he tell you that they multiply like a human being. That means that they're breastfeeding like a human being, exactly like a human being. Where is Rashi knew? Rashi lived only 977 years ago. Let's call it 1,000 years. And before that, the Tanaim that wrote the Gemara, and Moshe Rabbeinu that received the Torah up in Mount Sinai, you think he didn't know all of this? Because all the new, there's nothing new. But it means all the new, nothing new. Shlomo HaMelech say, En hadash tachat hashemesh. There's nothing new under the sun. That whatever Moshe Rabbeinu received in Mount Sinai, he passed it on. So he knew it all. That they didn't spoke about it. There is certain generation that you have to speak for them to understand. There is certain people doesn't know.
Not ready to receive.
I don't, exactly, they may be not ready. But I'll tell you what, one second, Mesh. When I told the show to my wife, I always tell the show to my wife first. She said to me, I don't think that they're going to believe to it. So I said to her, I'm sure that some of them not, but I'm going to give them a source to go. Gemara, Masechet Bechorot, Daf Het Amud Aleph. That means you go to Gemara Bavli, not Yerushalmi. There you go to Masechet Bechorot, page 8, folio 1. Look at Rashi, Bnei Yama, the children of sea. Look what Rashi said, and he explained. Also the Tosfot. You remember that I brought there, the Tosfot explained. So if our sages told us that there is such thing, it exists.
If
Sorry, Mesh?
the disc I gave you, the one that proves everything scientifically
Yes.
is written in the Torah,
Yeah,
you could prove it with that.
absolutely.
It's called linear regression,
Yeah.
coincidences, and you can prove everything that the world was round is written, and the size of the planets and the chemicals. I can show it to you mathematically without any.
Well, we spoke about it. Where
I'll
is
show you the disc. Gave you the disc.
our Earth? It's exactly on the place that it should be. Why is our Earth is round and not square? Because if it will be square, it will be burnt. You understand what I'm saying? From the sun. Sorry?
No.
Now, not only that, if our Earth will be a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, or we freeze or we're going to get burnt. We're exactly in the right place. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this world. We have to believe. Pashut. Now we come to the name. What did they call a mermaid? So in normal modern Hebrew, they call it Batayam, the daughter of the sea. That's the modern Hebrew. But in Judaism, they're given a different name. We see that Hazal given a completely different name. So in the Gemara, they call it Bnei Yama, the children of the sea. Okay? But she have other different name, and they are, like we mentioned, Silonit, Sironit, Siren, that's Sirena, and then she have Shirena. So from here we see that they're given an all different name. Moti?
חוף נתניה על שם סירונית.
Oh, I didn't even know, you see. So do you hear what Moti say? Moti say that in Netanya, where he lived, we have a house in Israel in Netanya, there is a beach that in the name of Sironit. What is it called Sironit? And the name of a mermaid. By the way, when I done a research, I have to be honest, in Bat Galim is in Haifa, okay? It's a bit north of Israel when you go to Haifa. Everyone know Haifa? They say that they saw there a mermaid, a sironit. They have videos. I look at those videos. How true they are, I don't know, because today with video editing, you can do anything. So I didn't brought it as part of the show. But many people say, and you can look at it, I think it's one of the American news, what did they call it? Sitting on my tongue. One of the American one, they spoke about it, that one of his reporters saw it, and he took a video. How true is it or not? I don't know. If you want to Google it, just Google mermaid in Bat Galim in Israel, and see what they show you there.
השבוע היה באלעד, כריש לוויתן.
Karish Leviathan, that's I saw it. I even dive with it. What is a Karish Leviathan? Moti speak about a whale shark. A whale shark.
The baby one, it was
6 meters.
It's
Yeah,
baby.
that's a baby one. Look, when I dive in the Indian Ocean, we was, funny enough you mention it, we was going towards the Dolphin Reef. We call it the Dolphin Reef. And while we was getting ready with all the equipment, the skipper told to us, be ready to jump. So we said, well, we're not there. He said, ready to jump. I'm going to stop in 2 seconds. And suddenly he stopped. We didn't have the equipment. He said, just jump. So we all done a flip up. We gone in. And the next thing, I saw the best ever dive that I've done, a whale shark. It's huge. It's enormous. It's enormous. The whale shark is not a predator. He eats plankton. But it's enormous.
His mouth like a
Yeah, he's all the time open and he eats the plankton. But one thing about him, he looked like he moves slow. But he's actually moving. And you know, I've gone and I looked and I've done a bit of research. How's a human being compared to him? It's like a shoe, like a big size of a big size whale shark. It's amazing. It's amazing. You must see that creatures. And the Torah tells us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created 2 Leviatanim. One HaKadosh Baruch Hu killed, there is one. We never saw it. A huge Leviathan. Leviathan is a whale shark. A whale. Enormous. We didn't see it yet. When the Mashiach comes, it will be Seudat HaLeviathan. We'll speak about it one day, maybe I'll do a show. So Be'ezrat Hashem, now that we managed to help a bit to understand what is a mermaid, where is it mentioned, if you want to go and continue researching, please God, you should. But what I'm trying to say, there is nothing that has not been mentioned in our Holy Torah.
I dive into something else. With penguins
Do you dive with penguin?
in Simonstown.
Ah, beautiful.
It was quite fun.
Did you dive with them or you swim with them? These are different. Scuba diving is different to swimming, you know. To play with them, snorkeling is different.
Never scuba dive.
Never scuba dive.
Swam with
You swim with them. Yeah. So, please God, now that we understand a little bit our Holy Torah, that everything is mentioned, and Shlomo HaMelech said, "En hadash tachat hashemesh." There is nothing new under the sun. So, Be'ezrat Hashem, that we should learn and continue to learn, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give us more strength and more wisdom, not only to learn, also to teach. Amen. Ken Yeh Ratzon.